5 men at one table, all dead. No struggle, no noise. Doors closed, windows intact. No one came in, no one went out. And yet, they all died at the same time. This was no accident. This was planned, which means someone knew they would all be here at the same time. There's only one question: who was waiting for them at that table? His name was John Marlowe, an ordinary name that meant nothing. In his line of work, he was called something else: Zero. Not because he was the best, but because after him, nothing was left. He didn't ask why, he executed. In that world, decisions are made in advance, and men like him simply carry them through. The system does not tolerate deviation. You could make a mistake, you could betray, but leaving was not allowed, because leaving meant failure, and every failure is corrected. The man he was sent after had once been the same. He knew the rules, he lived by them, he worked inside them, until one day he decided he could live outside the system. Decisions like that are not discussed. They are recorded and closed. John didn't find him right away. People who know the rules know how to disappear, but they always leave something behind. And he found it. Not the man, his life. The house where he was expected, the table where he was expected. The ones who had nothing to do with that world. And in that moment, choice stopped being a choice. Because in that system, nothing is personal. There is only the result. And Zero always finishes the job. This began long before the evening when only bodies were left at the table. He had been given time and allowed to walk away. And for a while it really did look like freedom. He had a job, he had a home, he had a family, and all of it felt real. Until one day, a simple box appeared at his door. Inside was a finger with a ring. No note, no explanation, but the meaning was absolutely clear. Things like that aren't sent to scare you. They're sent to remind you. And in that moment, he understood. No one had ever let him go. He had only been given a pause, and that pause was over. Which meant that everything he had was no longer his, and at any moment, it could be used against him. No time, no way out. He didn't wonder how it would end. He knew. The system doesn't bring people back. It brings back functions. And the first thing it takes is your heart, your family. They were target number one. So he did the only thing that made sense. He didn't try to save them. He didn't pray. He worked the way the system works, precise, cold. He got them out before dark. They didn't understand what was happening, and they weren't supposed to. Understanding breaks the plan. He hid them where no one looks, where the law doesn't reach. In the house, he left everything as it was. Life, traces, and added one thing, an ending. When it was ready, he came back alone. No rush. He checked every detail. Mistakes are a luxury for the living. Only then, he lit the match. Fire doesn't think. It just erases. By morning, what remained was a story people could accept. An accident. A tragedy. He left nothing to return to. In one night, he erased his life. And when it was over, there was only one thing left. The job. Zero was back. And now, he's coming for them. The ones he erased were not random. They were raised inside the same system. They knew how the lights go out in other people's windows, and how to do it quietly. Their mistake wasn't the desire for freedom. They wanted more. Not to leave, but to settle in. To build something of their own inside something that was never theirs. Their rules. Their order. They didn't walk away from the game. They tried to change it from the inside. But in a system like that, there's no place for those who stand apart. You're either inside, or you don't exist. They chose a third option, and that was their sentence. They believed they could hold everything at once: power, safety, control. But things like that don't split. They are always taken back. Hard. Final. And that's why it wasn't a man who came for them. It was a function. 0. His work had no name. He was neither a hitman nor a soldier. Men like him aren't sent after a person. They're sent after a result. 0 didn't take contracts. He appeared when the system lost control. When, inside it, there were those who believed they could exist apart. When someone tried to build something of their own inside something that was never theirs. In those moments, the question wasn't money, and it wasn't revenge. It was order. And that's when he appeared. He didn't choose the method. He chose the outcome. Sometimes it was a shot. Sometimes poison. Sometimes fire. But it never mattered, because his work didn't begin with action. It began with the understanding of what had to disappear, and it ended when nothing remained that could come back. He didn't work with people. He worked with threats, and he removed them completely. The city knew it, but never said it out loud. In Chicago, order wasn't held by the law. It was held by the fear of the one who comes when the system fails. Sometimes he was called to other cities, but this was his place. Because here, he wasn't a hired gun. He was part of the mechanism. A man who doesn't change the world, but returns it to the state it's supposed to be in. There are things you don't walk away from. You can leave a house. You can disappear. But you can't step out of something you've already become a part of. He got his family out, took them off the board, made the system go blind. But he didn't save himself. The moment he struck the match, there was no way back. He didn't just close the door. He burned it and stayed inside. He gave the system everything, not out of loyalty, not out of fear, because in this line of work, debts are paid one way, in full. Men like him don't retire. They keep working until the system decides it no longer needs them. And then, it comes for them, the same way he once came for others. Quiet, clean, without questions.